guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for clicking on today's video. If you are here, then you are here because you want to hear about my current favorites. I haven't done this kind of video in quite a while just because I had a bit of inconsistency early this year with posting videos, and also I didn't have much that I wanted to talk about like every single month, so I decided to be doing more like current updates where I have like enough to talk about, rather than just kind of bringing you one or two items every month. So I am going to do a roundup of all the things that I've been loving for the past few months, and this includes makeup, it includes skincare, and just one also other random like that doesn't fit into any other category, but lifestyle, I guess. Alright, so let's start off with makeup. So I have quite a few different bits to talk about in makeup because I have been, as usual, playing around in a ton of makeup. So my first thing that I want to talk about is these three palettes right here. These are the Makeup Revolution chocolate palettes. So Makeup Revolution has a range of palettes that kind of look like chocolate bars, and they're very similar in style to the Too Faced palettes, but are also great dupes, I think, for other palettes or colours that you would be interested in. And the one that I have really been using a ton of is the orange palette, the chocolate orange palette. It's what I'm wearing on my eyes today, and seriously, this palette is butter bomb. I don't want to blind you, but it just has a really nice warm, orangey, fiery, burnt colours that are just so good for every day, and also for taking kind of looks from day to night. So I've used about 5 of the colours on my lid today. That's all I have on my eyes, just this palette. I love the quality of these considering the price of them, and the fact that they come with a really good mirror inside. The mirror in here is fantastic. Sometimes you buy a palette and it comes with a mirror and it's pointless. I use these mirrors all the time. I feel like if I'm traveling or something, I don't have to have a separate mirror. I can just grab one of these and I've got my mirror in there, which I can do all of my makeup in, not just my eye makeup, and it's really good and clear. So these three palettes are Bay. So that's the chocolate orange one, the one that I love the most. And then just to quickly show you, of course, these other ones. That's the Rose Gold palette, which is a dupe to the Huda Beauty palette, Rose Gold palette. And then this one that I've been dipping into for inspo quite a bit lately is the Mint Chocolate palette, which has pops of green in there. Reminds me a lot of the Subculture palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. So I got all of these from Cocoon Beauty, and I'll make sure to link everything down below, but just to let you know that these palettes are bomb. Okay, next, and kind of linked I guess to those palettes, is this eye brush set from AOA. I can't explain how good these brushes are for the price that they are. They are so soft. They are really easy to clean, considering that I use them all the time. I mean, you can see just how filthy they are. They're usually white. You can see how filthy they are. I use these every day. So it's a full eye set of like 10 brushes, but I want to specifically talk about this brush right here. And if you've watched my updated brow routine, you'll have seen this brush because it's the double-ended spoolie brush. It's got a spoolie on one end and an angled liner brush on the other end. I use this every single day to do my brows. So this brush, like if it disappears, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm in love with this brush. And as well all the other eye brushes as well, but that one specifically I had to talk about because it is amazing. So grab you that brush set if you are interested. Next up, I want to talk about some face powders, and specifically the LA Girl Pro Face HD powders. This particular shade is in the shade Cocoa, and it's a lovely dark warm shade that I use to basically set my contour and do the perimeter of my face when I'm just kind of like trying to warm it up so that I get a nice blend. These powders are so good. You can get these from Ken's Pharmacy. I'll make sure to leave a link down below. And they're really affordable for what they are. They are such a good powder. So I use this shade kind of like on the perimeter of my face. And on days where I'm not going to wear any foundation, then I use another one, which I can't even show you because I need to get a replacement. I dropped it and it's like in crumbles, like as is my life. And the back fell off, so I don't even know the name. I think this is the shade. I'll put the shade name up here on screen. I think it might be, no, I'll put the shade name up here on screen so you can go and grab one of these if you're interested. So the powders look like this. It's the kind of powder pan, and then it's also, if you lift up this bit, it's got a sponge which I haven't really used for this shade, and a little mirror as well. And the mirror, that even though it's small, is also really good. So I really like this. Compact, throw it in your handbag, touch up your face, blot your face if you're getting oily during the day. It is quite a full coverage powder, so if you are not looking for, you know, a very full coverage, then just go really easy and use a kind of fluffy brush to apply the powder rather than a dense brush. When I'm using this in replacement of my foundation, I will use basically a brush that looks like this, a really, really dense brush. So the one that I would use for applying foundation, that's what I would use. But when I'm kind of doing this around the perimeter of my face, then I use a much more kind of fluid brush that's got a bit more movement in it, so I don't get so much pigment onto my face. That's just a top tip for you, but love that powder. Sticking with the powders, I have to mention this one. It is the RCMA Translucent No Colour Powder. I got this powder just because I've been wanting to try it out for absolutely ages, and I was a bit skeptical when I was first ordering it because I wasn't too sure whether it would do what I needed it to do. I didn't want to have a white cast. I didn't know whether it was going to be really translucent or whether people online would, you know, just making, well, you know, just being kind to this product because they liked it. But honestly, this powder is amazing. It's super lightweight. It literally does what it says on the tin, no colour. When you first put it on, of course, you can see like a little bit of white, but once you dust it off and it settles into the skin, and plus once you set your skin, then as in you're good to go. This powder is amazing. I've actually just started using it in the past 2 weeks for setting my entire face. So in place of other powders that I would use, and I really, really like it. Of course, the only thing that's annoying about this is the packaging that it comes in. So it is basically just like a pepper mill or like a spice bottle. So I need to find another kind of thing which I can decant this into, because then it means that it just gets messy when you're trying to apply this. But other than that, it is amazing. The next product I want to talk about is a highlight, but not a typical highlight. So I'm a person that doesn't like to wear an extremely bold highlight unless I'm kind of going to an event or it's in the evening. From day to day, I know some of you girls out here are glowing to the gods, and you know, more power to you, but for me personally, I don't like to have too much of a dramatic highlight, especially because I'm going into an office. And so I bought this powder from Ken's Pharmacy. It's by the brand W7, and it's actually a bronze shimmer in, does it have a shade name? No, it doesn't have a shade name. So it's just a bronze shimmer compact, and it's this kind of a colour. So I was like, God, what is that powder? But it is absolutely beautiful for that kind of like glow from within kind of effect. It's beautiful. So I've been using this on my cheeks on a day-to-day. I've been using this on my inner corner highlights when I want something really subtle, or also on my brow bone when I want a highlight but not one that's like too dramatic. This powder is it. Like honestly, it's kind of got like a pinky undertone, but in the most beautiful way. I don't know how really to explain it. It just makes your skin look healthy and like it's got some kind of glow from within. So I would definitely recommend that you grab that if you're around Ken's, and I'll leave the link down below for where you can get it. The final product I'm going to talk about in terms of makeup is basically a tip or a hack. I posted about this on my Instagram a couple of months ago, I think, once I learned about this hack. So basically it's a hack that says that if you want your foundation to be more matte, that you spray your foundation before you apply it to your face. So basically you grab your foundation, put a pump or, you know, decant some of it onto the back of your hand, and before you go in and just start with your sponge or your brush applying it to your face, you need to spray some setting spray in it. So you can use your go-to setting spray for this, but I would recommend, on the high end, of course, I would recommend the Scandinavia setting spray. I love this stuff. I've got the Old Control one. It's amazing, but it is super, super pricey. So an alternative, and really good alternative to that, is the NYX one, the matte, what's this called, matte finish spray. Comes in the black bottle. Really, really good. So basically what you do is put your foundation on the back of your hand, grab this, spray it a few times so that you can like mix it in with your brush or your sponge, and then apply it to your face. Let me tell you, this has worked even for foundations that I have that are a little bit more on the not dewy side, but they aren't like super, super matte foundations. This has helped with longevity, but also with mattifying power. this is the hack, this is the go-to, I'm never doing my makeup any other way again. Like, this is it. I also suspect that if you have if you have dry skin and you have a matte foundation, but it's a bit too matte for you, if you have a dewy spray, so for example, the NYX one comes in a white bottle which has a dewy spray as opposed to this one which is matte, try that out, spray that in and see what that does to the foundation. Honestly, this is like top hack, you need to do this. So that's been my go-to for the past couple of months, and I'm recommending it to everyone. Loads of you told me that you already had figured this out. Some of you hadn't figured it out or heard about it, and then once you tried it, you were like, oh my god, Olivia, this is it. Yes, girls, this is it. Like, do this. You need it. I told you now. Don't say I don't hook you up now, okay? Okay, so moving on to a couple of skincare products now. One product or range rather that I have to talk about and I have been loving is the Neutrogena Hydro Boost line. So Neutrogena basically brought out this new line, I think end of last year or early this year, that basically has hyaluronic acid in the products. If you don't know, hyaluronic acid is basically a chemical compound, whatever the right terminology is, that boosts water retention in your skin. So if you apply it, it helps your skin absorb moisture from the atmosphere, environment, and then keeps your skin really plump and healthy. Why this is great is because if you have dry skin, then hyaluronic acid will help replenish your skin and bring some of that moisture in. But it's also a fantastic kind of ingredient for oily skin girls as well. Part of the reason your skin could be oily is because it's dehydrated. It doesn't have enough moisture in the skin. So then it goes into overproduction of oil to kind of try and compensate that and to balance your skin back out. So just a top tip, if you are looking to try and look for something that will balance your skin, anything with hyaluronic acid in it should help at least balance it out a little bit more. So I've been loving this range, and I have been using the Hydro Boost Gel Cleanser, which looks like that. I'm almost out, it's kind of like there. I've had this now for a couple of months now, so it just shows you how long this has lasted. You get 200 ml, and I've been using this kind of morning and night. It's a really gentle cleanser, doesn't strip your skin, you don't feel dry after using it. So I have been loving this, and I will be repurchasing another bottle of this. It is a little bit pricey, but I think totally worth it. And then also from the line, I picked up the Hydro Boost Water Gel, which is basically a face cream, but it's in a gel format. And this is almost out. I bought them at the same time. This is almost out, and I want to cry because I love this stuff so much. And I love the smell of it as well. So it comes in a little jar like that. So I'm kind of rationing it at the moment so I can get another one. I highly recommend this as well, just because when you apply it into your skin, it really does feel like your skin has had a nice drink of water. And I don't know whether it's something in the product or whether it's just how it's happened to be, but it really feels nice and cooling on my skin. So when I put it on, I'm like, oh, I feel so soothed. So basically I put this on after I've cleansed my face, toned and everything, then I put on this, and then I actually will go in then with my regular moisturizer on top, just because they do two different things. In the evening, I'll go in, cleanse, blah, 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 and then put this on. And then after that, I will go in with my oil for the night, so to seal all of that goodness in. Yeah, so the two of these have been star products. There is also a serum that I bought, but I don't really like that, so I don't think there's any point in mentioning it here. But I would highly recommend these two. The last product that I want to talk about in skincare is this bad boy right here, and this is the Clinique Take the Day Off Balm. This is basically a cleansing balm that you use at the end of the day to take off your makeup or what else you've got on your face. I only use this when I've got a full face of makeup on. I don't use it when I've just kind of got powder and mascara on. I'll use this when I've got foundation and all the other jazz going on. I've had this on my shelf for a couple of months, and I think when I first used it, I was like, oh, like, is that all the hype is about? And then I don't know, I kind of left it on the side, and then I came back to it, and I don't know what happened, but it is amazing. I use this basically almost every day because I wear makeup quite a bit. It's basically just like a white balm with no scent at all. So you basically just dip your fingers in and then rub this and spread it all over your face. It breaks down the makeup like I've seen nothing break it down before. It literally melts my makeup off my face. So I'll clean my face kind of like twice with this. So I'll go in, apply this all over, massage it all in, and you can see it literally breaking down eyeliner, breaking down eyebrows, breaking down like lipstick, liquid lipstick, and then I'll go in, rinse my face, and then I'll go in one more time just to kind of get the bits that might have missed on my face. And then after that, I go in with my micellar water just in case there's absolutely anything else that I've missed. And usually there's hardly anything on my cotton round when I go in with my micellar water. Oh, excuse me. So it totally works. This is a cult product for a reason. It is expensive, I know, but I will probably repurchase this. I've still got quite a lot of it left just because I only just started using it, but I really like what this does. An alternative, if you are looking for something to do the kind of the same thing, is to probably use coconut oil. I don't like coconut oil just because I don't generally like coconuts. I know it's an unpopular opinion, like as a scent in stuff, I'm not a fan of coconut. So I don't use coconut oil, and I know for some people coconut oil can actually end up clogging up your pores, particularly for us oily skinned girls. But if you did want an alternative and coconut oil does work for you, I think it kind of does exactly the same thing. I have also seen just the other day another kind of take the day off balm type product from the Body Shop. So I think I might stock up on that and then compare and contrast, because that one is about 3 times cheaper than this one. But I do just have to mention in this because I have been using it and it has been working wonders. Okay, my last favourite is a totally random favourite. It is actually, I don't know what category it would fall into, lifestyle? Maybe lifestyle. And it's a YouTube channel that I found and discovered on here a couple of months ago called 3 Little Birds Renovation. It's basically a show with 3 Australian girls who basically quit their normal jobs and then formed a company that they then go around renovating houses in Australia. I got so addicted to this program, and thank God, like, it had like, I think 8 seasons by the time I was checking in, so I watched them all like back to back to back to back. Stupid, because then I finished and I was like, oh, I've got nothing else to watch now. But it is just back with season 9, and they release like an episode every week. I'll make sure to leave the details down below if you're into like homeware, if you're into like home stuff, renovations, which is like a really big thing that I do that I don't really show, but I am so into like homeware and that kind of stuff. And so if you're into that and those kinds of shows, then definitely check out that show. I am in love. So check it out if you're interested, and then let me know if you've watched it and what you think. I think they do an amazing job, and there's so much info in there on things that you could do and incorporate into your own home. Yeah, I just love it. Alright, so that brings me to the end of today's video. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed my list of favourites. Let me know in the comments what you've been loving over the past couple of months. If there's any products that I've mentioned that you've used, let me know what you think about them. And if there's any products that you think that I should try out and I haven't tried out, then definitely let me know. Follow me on my socials and give the video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!